this 45-minute yoga practice designed to tap into our inner fire and pull out that inner strength that we all have within us. Today we're going to be focusing on moving a little bit quicker, on getting our heart rate going, and exploring postures that tend to pull out and embody that energy of a warrior, of a queen, of a goddess, and really using that to help find our inner strength, boost our confidence, and feel empowered like we deserve to. So we're going to get right into it. We're going to start by finding a comfortable position on your mat, on your knees if possible. If this is really, really uncomfortable for you, you can find yourself in a seated position as well. So any seated position will work. And we're just going to sit nice and tall, gently rest the eyes closed, roll the shoulders up and back, and then just take a few moments as we begin to connect to our breath, to arrive into the moment, to arrive onto our mat and into our bodies. So meaning to take a couple deep breaths here, finding that abdomen breath. So as you breathe in through the nose, feeling the abdomen, ribs, chest, all expand. And slowly exhaling back through the nose if you can. And so we'll take 3 more really strong fluid breaths just like this. Letting go of any expectations on the exhale. Letting go of any tension, any doubts, any fears. Let it all go. Take 1 more breath in through the nose. Let this one out through the mouth. And gently begin to open the eyes. Inhale, rise the arms overhead, palms touch. Exhale, the hands to the heart. Enjoy your practice. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, bring both arms down by the sides. Inhale, reach the right arm up. And as you exhale, we're going to reach up and over towards the left, coming into a side stretch. As we inhale, we'll rise up. And as we exhale, reaching over again. Doing this 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale for reach. And this time we'll inhale all the way up, exhaling the right hand down. Inhale, left arm swoops up. Exhale, reaching over. Inhale, we'll come up halfway, and we'll exhale to reach. So really beginning to link that movement with breath right from the get-go. Flowing nice and smoothly here. 1 more exhale. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, release that hand. We're going to come straight into a tabletop position here. So stacking your shoulders right over top of the wrists, the knees right underneath the hips. Coming into a strong tabletop as you press the mat away from you with the hands. That will create a little bit of space between the shoulder blades. On the inhale, we'll drop the belly, lift the chest, gaze looks up, coming into our cow pose, warming up the spine. As you exhale, rounding through the spine, pressing the mat away from you, dropping the chin. Inhale, belly drops, chest lifts, gaze looks up. Exhaling, rounding through the spine. Do this 1 more time. Inhale, finding your cow. Exhale, finding your cat pose. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine. You're going to root the left hand into the mat and then extend the right arm out in front of you. You can stay here or you can begin to extend the opposite leg behind you so that left heel pushes back. So you're finding a pull in opposite directions here. The right fingers come forward as the left heel presses back. The core gently engages. Seeing if you can press that left hand into the mat as well so you're not sinking into the shoulder. Nice and engaged, finding that strength, that balance, that focus. On the exhale, release the limbs back to the mat. Rooting the right hand into the mat, we'll inhale, extend that left arm forward while extending that right heel back. Again, pulling that belly button towards the spine to help with core stability. Keeping the gaze towards the mat. Pressing the right hand into the mat. Active through the arm, active through the back leg. One more breath in. We'll exhale to release to the mat. We're going to tuck the toes here. On the inhale, you're going to gently lift the knees about an inch off of the mat, coming into our bear pose. So again, really warming up the core, warming up the wrists. On the exhale, drop the knees. This time we'll inhale, lift the hips up and back, coming into your downward facing dog. The chest will draw towards the thighs. Maybe you take a nice little bend in the knees here. Maybe you press one heel towards the mat at a time, swaying the hips, walking your dog out a little bit here. Warming into your downward facing dog. Noticing what this posture feels like for you in your body right now. And take 2 more deep breaths here. And on the inhale, we'll come up onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look towards the hands, step or walk the feet to find a forward fold at the top of the mat. We're going to start passively, so again, having a nice bend in the knees as the chest draws towards the thighs, relaxing through the shoulders and the neck, maybe grabbing opposite elbows here. Then you're just going to begin to nod the head yes a few times. And then shake the head no a few times. Releasing the hands to the mat. Inhale, come up halfway, palms to the shins, length through the spine. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rising all the way up. Arms will swoop overhead, palms touch, gaze looks up. Exhale, the hands to the heart. We're going to bring the hands to the lower back. So I want you to imagine that you're tucking your hands into a pair of jean pockets. Squeeze the elbows towards one another as you open up through the chest. We'll take a big breath in. And as you exhale, gently begin to lean back into the hands, coming into a standing back bend. Now using your breath here to gauge how far to go. You want to be able to maintain that deep fluid breath. If you need to come up a little bit to find that, that's okay. Just imagining lifting that chest up towards the sky, open heart. Deep breath in. Exhale. And on the inhale, slowly coming back upright, releasing the hands. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, diving forward. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, finding a plank position here. Option to drop the knees if you'd Taking one breath in. As you exhale, coming through chaturanga, elbows nice and tight to the body through that push-up position. Inhale, swooping the chest, coming into either baby cobra or swooping up into your upward facing dog. Legs engaged, tops of the feet rooted into the mat, shoulders draw down the back. Exhale, hips come up and back into a downward facing dog. Now, if you need to go through tabletop first before arriving in your downward facing dog, that's okay as well. We'll meet here for 2 more breaths. Inhaling, coming onto the toes. Exhale, bending the knees, looking to the hands. Step or walk the feet towards the hands, finding your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising all the way up, arms overhead, palms touch. Exhaling the hands to the heart. And we're going to do that again. Inhale, arms rise, warming up. Exhale, diving forward. Inhaling, halfway lift to length through the spine. Exhale, folding forward, planting the hands, stepping the feet back into that plank position. On the exhale, lowering through chaturanga, elbows tight, strong. Inhale, swoop the chest, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhaling, finding your way back into your downward facing dog, even if you go through tabletop first. And coming here for a few breaths, deep breath in through the nose. Maybe releasing out through the mouth. Noticing what that feels like. Using this time to reconnect to your breath. Come back to the body. Inhale, rising onto the toes. Exhale, bending the knees. Stepping or walking the feet. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising all the way up, arms overhead, palms touch. Exhaling, the hands to the heart. Beautiful. We're going to bring the feet together here. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. As you exhale, you're going to begin to sit the hips back, squeezing the legs together, coming into chair pose. So again, we're squeezing the legs together as the hips sit back. See if you can keep the chest lifted. Pulling the belly button towards the spine and using your breath for strength. On the exhale, bring the hands to heart center. One breath in, length through the spine. Exhale, we're going to begin to twist, bringing the left elbow or the left hand to the outside of the right knee. So whether it's the hand or the elbow, coming into a nice twist here, seeing if you can continue to keep your hips sitting back in that chair pose. Again, using your breath. One more inhale. As you exhale, untwist. Inhale, rising up, straightening the legs, arms overhead. Exhaling, hands to the heart. Again, we'll take a breath in. Exhale, sitting back into that chair pose, belly button towards the spine, squeezing the legs together, palms together. One breath in for length. And as we exhale, we'll begin to twist the opposite direction. So the right hand or right elbow comes to the outside of that left knee. Finding your twisted chair. Finding your breath. Finding your strength. You've got this. Feeling that inner fire igniting. One more breath. Exhale, untwist, straighten the legs, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, arms overhead, palms touch. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Find your plank position. On an exhale, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, swooping the chest, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhaling, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Meaning here for 2 breaths. Breathing in through the nose. Option to let it out through the mouth. On the next inhale, we're going to lift the left leg up behind us, coming into a 3-legged downward facing dog. See if you can keep your hips in alignment with the mat, so you're not reaching that leg up too high. You're keeping those hips nice and level. On the next exhale, bring the knee towards the chest, squeezing it as close as you can. And as you exhale, extending that leg back, coming back into your 3-legged down dog. On the next inhale, bring that knee towards the chest. This time, we're going to step that foot between the hands as best you can, adjusting as needed, coming into a lunge position on the back toes. Inhale, bring the hands to that front thigh, and when you're ready, extending the arms overhead for our high lunge. Taking 1 big breath in here. As we exhale, we're going to swoop the arms back, bringing the palms forward as the chest draws towards that front thigh for a runner's lunge. Holding for a breath. Inhale, swooping the arms overhead, high lunge. Exhale, coming into runner's lunge, chest forward, arms back. 1 more inhale, come on you guys. Exhale, we'll open up to our warrior 2 position. Back foot parallel to the back of the mat, front foot forward. Still finding that lunge in the front leg as you gaze over your front fingers. Finding that deep breath. Feeling the heart beating. We're going to flip that front palm to face the ceiling. Inhale, reach up and back, resting the back hand on the back leg for a reverse warrior. Seeing if you can maintain that lunge in the front leg still. Relaxing through the left shoulder. Feeling a little bit of fire in that front leg. Breathing through it. Inhale, rising back up to our warrior 2. Inhale, we'll straighten the front leg, reach the arms overhead. We're going to flow a little bit. Exhale, lunge back into the front leg, arms down by the sides, coming into that warrior 2 position again. Inhale, straighten the leg, arms reach up, gaze looks up. Exhale, finding warrior 2. Almost like a dance. Inhale, rise up 1 last time. Exhale, warrior 2. Bending that front arm, resting the forearm on the thigh, reaching up and over with the right arm. That right palm is facing the floor in front of you. Relax through that shoulder. Imagining there's a nice straight line drawing from your back of your foot all the way up through the right fingertips. 1 more breath. Inhale, rising back up to our warrior 2. We're going to windmill the hands to either side of that front foot, coming onto the back toes. We're going to step our front foot to meet our back foot in that plank position, dropping the knees if you need to. Exhale, lower through chaturanga, elbows tight. Inhale, swoop the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking 3 restful breaths here. If you want to come down into a child's pose for a few breaths, that's always an option. So child's pose or downward facing dog, your preference. If you're in child's pose, the hips draw towards the heels, the chest and forehead melt towards the mat. If you're in child's pose, it'll get you to come back into your downward facing dog. And we're going to come in to the opposite side here. So we're going to lift that right leg up behind us, 3-legged downward facing dog. Again, squaring the hips to the mat. Maybe feeling a stretch through that left hamstring or calf muscle. On the next inhale, bring that right knee as close to the chest as you can in that plank position, nice and tight. Exhale, extending the leg back into your 3-legged down dog. Inhale, bringing that knee forward, this time stepping the foot between the hands. Adjusting as needed, maybe bringing the hands to the thigh first, or swooping the arms overhead, coming into our high lunge pose. Staying here for a breath. Nice active back leg. Exhale, swooping the arms behind you. Chest comes forward for our runner's lunge. Holding for a breath. You're doing amazing. Inhale, reaching the arms overhead, high lunge. Exhale, runner's lunge. Inhale, high lunge. This time we'll exhale, opening up to our warrior 2. That back foot parallel to the back of the mat, front foot forward, lunging into your front leg. If you need to take a little bit of a break, you can. Fiercely gazing over your front fingertips here. Embodying that warrior-like energy, we'll flip that front palm to face the ceiling. Inhale, reach up and back, coming into your reverse warrior. Can you maintain that lunge? Can you maintain that deep focus and that deep breath? Inhale, rise up to warrior 2. We're going to come into our flow. As you inhale, straighten the front leg, reach the arms overhead, gaze looks up. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, warrior 2. One more of those. Inhale, rise up, nice and strong. Exhale, last warrior 2. Bending that front arm, resting the forearm on the thigh, reaching up and over with the left arm, coming into your side angle pose. Now notice that we're really pressing that forearm into the thigh so that you're not sinking into the shoulder. So as you press the forearm into the thigh, you create space between the shoulder and the ear. One more breath. Inhale, rise up to that warrior 2 position. We'll windmill the hands to either side of that front foot, coming onto the back toe. We'll bring our front foot to meet our back foot in the plank position. Drop the knees if you need to. Exhale, lowering through chaturanga. Inhale, swooping the chest. And exhaling into your downward facing dog. Great job. Inhale through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. One more of those, deep breath in. And exhale. Coming onto the toes. As you exhale, bend the knees, look towards the top of the mat. step or walk your feet towards the hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, arms overhead, palms touch. Exhaling, the hands to the heart. Finding a moment here, so finding our mountain pose, so grounding through the feet. You can have your feet together, or you can have them about hip-width apart, whatever's most comfortable for you to be nice and sturdy. Bringing the hands to heart center, engaging the glutes slightly, and taking a few deep breaths here, reconnecting to your breath, reconnecting to your body, letting go of all we've already done. And on the next inhale, we'll gently blink the eyes open. Rise the arms overhead. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. We're going to just step the right foot back this time. Finding that high lunge again. Inhale, reaching the arms overhead. This time we're only going to stay here for a breath. Relax through the shoulders. On the exhale, bringing the hands back to the mat. You'll root your left hand into the mat. Inhale, reach the left arm up towards the ceiling. Exhaling that hand back to the mat. We're going to drop the back knee. You can keep the back toes tucked, or you can untuck them, it's your preference. We'll inhale, reach the arms overhead for a low lunge here. As you exhale, slowly lunging into that front leg. As you exhale, we're going to bring the elbows out to the sides. Palms face forward as you lift through the chest. We're going to flow a little bit here as well. So as you inhale, your arms will come back and rise up as if you're picking up the air. As you exhale, the elbows come out to the sides, palms face forward, coming back into cactus. Inhale, scoop up space. Exhale, coming back to cactus. One more. Inhale, chest forward, scoop it up. Exhale, into cactus. We'll bring the hands to the inside of your front leg, walking that front foot out slightly. Maybe rolling onto the outside of the foot, allowing the knee to sprawl out. We'll just take 2 or 3 deep breaths here in our lizard pose. And we'll walk that foot back between the hands. We're going to tuck the back toe, lift that back knee. Front foot meets our back foot, downward facing dog, hips up and back. One more breath in and out. Inhale, coming onto the toes. Exhale, bending the knees, looking forward, stepping or walking the feet, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time we're going to step that left foot back, coming into that high lunge position, setting yourself up, knee over ankle. Inhale when you're ready to rise into your high lunge. Again, we're only holding this for a breath or 2 here. Can you deepen your breath? Can you deepen your focus? Exhale the hands back to the mat. Rooting the left hand into the mat this time. Inhaling, reaching that right arm up. Twisted lunge. Exhale the hand back to the mat. Dropping the back knee. Inhaling, rising up to your low lunge. Taking one more breath here before we come into that same flow. As you exhale, the elbows come out to the sides, palms forward, chest lifts. Inhale, chest forward, scooping up space. Exhale, cactus arm. Inhaling. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, scoop it up. Exhale into cactus. And bringing those hands to the inside of the front leg. Walking your front foot out. Maybe rolling onto the outside of that foot as the knee sprawls open. Using your hands here for a little bit of support, opening up through the hips. Deep breaths. And then we'll walk that foot back between the hands, tuck the back toe, lift the back knee. And again, front foot meets back foot, downward facing dog as the hips are up and back. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Maybe walking the heels, swaying the hips. Inhale, rise onto the toes. Exhale, bending the knees, looking forward. Step or walk the feet, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, arms overhead, palms touch. Exhaling, the hands to the heart. We're going to take a few steps to the back of the mat here. And then we're going to take the left foot one step forward, coming onto the back toes, arms down by the sides, palms face forward, preparing for our toppling tree or warrior three. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, hinge forward at the waist. As you bring the chest forward, the back foot can begin to lift off of the mat. Using your breath and your gaze for balance. Seeing how far you can come forward. Using the leg to help counterbalance you. So chest forward, back leg lifts. One more breath here, coming in and out of this as many times as you need to. It's really okay. On the inhale, we'll rise back up to standing. We'll take a nice big step forward with that right foot coming onto the left toes, doing the same thing on this side. Big breath in for focus. Exhale, hinging at the waist, chest forward, left leg lifts. Finding that balance, that strength, really rooting through the right foot. Slowly and steadily moving. One more breath. Inhale, rise back up to standing. Grounding both feet on the mat, shoulders roll up and back. Gently rest the eyes closed. Deep breath in. Out through the mouth. Inhale, arms rise. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, finding your plank position. Again, knees can drop if you need to. We're gonna hold this for 3 breaths. Belly button towards the spine, pressing the hands into the mat. Continuing to breathe, one more inhale. Exhale, slowly lower yourself all the way through that push-up position, all the way down to the mat and onto your stomach. We're going to come straight into our baby cobra, so the hands are underneath the shoulders, tops of the feet on the mat. Inhale, gently peel the chest off of the mat as you squeeze the elbows towards the body. Now you can even begin to play around with hovering the hands here, using the muscles along the spine to keep you upright. One more breath in. One more breath out as you slowly lower the chest to the mat. And do one more back bend here. This time we're going to bring the arms down by the side. We're going to have the palms facing the body. On the inhale, we're going to reach those fingers towards the back of the mat as we lift through the chest. You can either stay here or you can begin to really point the toes and see if you can also lift the feet off of the mat. So the feet and the chest lift. Try to lift them both at the same height. Whole body's engaged. Deep breath in. Exhale, slowly and controlled, lower down to the mat. Bringing those hands under the shoulders. As you inhale, press yourself up through a tabletop position. And we're going to find our way into a child's pose. So knees wide, big toes touch. Hips draw towards the heels as the chest and the forehead melt towards the earth. Reconnecting to the breath. If you've lost that fluid rhythm, taking a moment to find that once again. Noticing what it feels like to be resting on the floor, making our way to the end of our practice. Inhale, slowly walk the hands towards the knees, coming to an upright position. We'll swing the legs out in front of us, coming onto our sit bones. We're going to come into a seated twist. So taking the left leg, crossing it over the right, bringing that left sole of the foot to the mat. We're going to bring the right hand behind us. We're going to bring the left hand behind us. Inhale, reach the right arm up. And as we exhale, begin to twist. So you can either bring that right hand to the outside of the left knee, or again, that right elbow to the outside of the left knee. So as you inhale, you leg through the spine, and as you exhale, you twist, bringing that gaze over the back shoulder if you can. Now, something to take note of here is the right leg that is straight is active. So we're keeping those toes flexed towards the sky here. One more breath in. Exhale to untwist. And we're going to come to the opposite side. So we're going to do the same thing here, just crossing that right leg over the left. This time we will bring our right hand behind us. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale to twist, whether it's the hand or the elbow that comes to the outside of that knee. The gaze over the back shoulder, and the straight leg is active by flexing the toes towards the sky. As you inhale, you imagine length through the spine, and as you exhale, you imagine that twist happening. One more breath in. Exhale, untwist. We're going to bring the soles of the feet to the mat. We're going to bend the knees. You want to scooch up closer to the front so we'll end up on our backs. We're going to come into a boat pose. So bring the arms out in front of us, palms face the ceiling, sitting up nice and tall. As you exhale, gently begin to lean back slightly and see if you can lift one foot off of the mat. Maybe lifting both feet off of the mat, engaging the core here. Continuing to breathe. And on the next exhale, we're going to slowly extend the legs as we lean back, seeing if you can slowly roll all the way down to the mat, coming onto your back. Once you've arrived on your back, we'll bring the soles of the feet back to the mat, bending the knees. We're going to come into a bridge pose. So you want to be able to graze the backs of your heels with your fingertips. And you want your feet to be about hips width apart, maybe a little bit further. Arms down by the sides. As you inhale, we'll begin to press the feet into the mat as you lift the hips up towards the sky, gently tucking the chin. Now you can stay here, or you can begin to tuck the shoulders underneath you and clasp the hands underneath you, drawing the hands towards the mat as you lift the hips towards the sky. One more breath in. As you exhale, release the hands and slowly and controlled start to come down, seeing if you can notice each part of the spine connect back to your mat. Once you've come all the way down, we'll bring the knees into the chest for a nice squeeze here, coming into a little ball, maybe rocking side to side a little bit, massaging out the lower back. And as we wind down here, can you begin to release any tension throughout your face? Can you bring that fluid rhythm back to your breath? Bring the feet back to the mat. Arms come out into a T shape. I'm just going to windshield wiper the legs. So you just allow the knees to fall from one side, and then slowly bringing them up and allowing them to fall to the other side. Just going back and forth a few times here, nice and slow. Noticing each movement, each breath. Bring the knees back up to center. Bring the soles of the feet together and the knees out to the side for cobbler's pose. You can bring the hands and rest them either on your stomach, or you can have one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly, or you can just have your arms down by the sides, whatever's most comfortable for you. If this pose becomes too much, please just make your way into your final Shavasana. As we slow down, arrive on our backs in stillness. Beginning to let go. Beginning to unwind. beginning to tap into a sense of relaxation, giving our bodies some time to integrate today's practice, giving our bodies some time to heal. And then we'll just slowly extend the legs, having them about mat width apart. Option to bring the soles of the feet to the mat with bent knees and the knees buckling into one another if that's more comfortable for you. Arms down by the sides. Maybe tucking the shoulders underneath you. And finding that final Shavasana, that final pose you can be still and fully relaxed in. Finding a space of complete surrender. Taking a moment to scan the body and let go of any last bit of remaining tension, any last bit of remaining effort. Fully letting go. Letting go of all control of the breath. Relaxing all the muscles of the face. Allowing yourself to be fully supported by the earth beneath you. Let go. Relax. Just be. Taking as much time as you need here. There's absolutely no rush. But when you are ready, just make sure you take it nice and slow, nice and easy. And always take a moment to tap into a sense of gratitude for making it to your mat today, for giving it your all, for committing to yourself. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope, your inner fire and inner strength were harnessed today. And take that with you into the rest of your day.